News Time へようこそ。
Hello there, Morons. It's Victor. Give me a break, man. Give me a flake, man. The king of the Morons, the godfather J-Vlog, and Mr. JNEWS today. The original gaijin here with another JNEWS. JNEWS is a little segment, little something we do on this channel where I introduce some Japanese news and then give you some vocabulary, teach you a little Japanese. Even if you're really low level, you will get something out of these videos. And if you're high level, you might learn something as well. Anyway, today's story is about an inoshishi. As you can see on the screen, this is an inoshishi is basically your Japanese boar. And I believe this happened in Kyoto. Yeah, Kyoto Daigaku, Kyoto University, Kyoto Daigak no gakusei ryo, at a dormitory. Ryou is dormitory. Ryou. Now, a little note about my Japanese. When I'm doing these lessons, I notice that I watch them back. I try not to watch my own videos. You know how that is. But I noticed that there is a slight tendency for me to pronounce some of the Japanese with a slight gaijin accent because I'm switching between accents, and I guess it takes me a while to kick into the new accent. My Japanese accent is pretty good. Well, one reason is because I speak Spanish fluently. My Spanish is rusty now, and I notice that I get some haters who are like, your Spanish sucks. And when I try to speak Spanish, my Japanese tends to come out because I'm here. I'm living in Japan now. I have very little tendency or necessity to speak Spanish now. Pero si necesito hablar español, todavía lo puedo hablar y todavía entiendo todo. So I still understand everything, but it takes me a little time to click into that. I would need like a day or two to get back into it. When I did live in South America, nobody knew where I was from, but nobody thought I was from their country. When I traveled around, I spent about a year and a half traveling down there. But anyway, speaking Spanish will help you with your accent. People ask me that question, but that's not really what this video is about. Anyway, let's get to it. I'm going to play a little bit of this. Inoshishi. Inoshishi, of course, is a boar. And what happened was, well, let me tell you the story. This boar somehow got into this dormitory in Kyoto and is running around crazy. And what's one of the great things about Japan is, although the idea of the Japanese city, like you can live, of course we have cities like New York City and stuff, and I guess right now I'm in the middle of Nagoya City, but it is not as urbanized. It doesn't have that urban feeling that a lot of American cities have. It's not that cold. There's a lot of green here. Like even across the street we have Central Park, and it's just full of flowers, and it doesn't have that like stifling, I don't know, city feel to it, gritty, Of course, there are some parts of Japan that do have that, but even if you go out to the suburbs, even those suburbs, the houses are kind of close together, and my in-laws live in what Japanese would consider the country, but it's actually really just, from a Western point of view, I would say it's the suburbs. So if you get out to the real country, like the houses are miles apart, or I should say kilometers apart, so it's a different concept. But one of the interesting things about Japan is that there's always wildlife. I think Hiko Simon showed on Facebook a couple weeks ago that there was a tanuki running around wild in Japan. In Tokyo, there was spotted, which is pretty weird. You don't see much tanuki. I've seen a couple here, but I've never seen them on my street or anything. A lot of crows. Once in a while I get a few rats and stuff, especially in Tokyo, in the city part of Tokyo, you get rats, like you get in any big city. I do see a lot of pheasants. I think they're called kiji. Pheasants in the neighborhood as well. Go down to the river, you'll see pheasants, and I'm sure there are tanuki down there too. I've seen tanuki traps. But anyway, and I know that there are like inoshishi all over the place, though they usually come out at night. There's a park that I visited in Yokkaichi it's got signs everywhere. It says, be careful, be careful. And I've never seen them, but apparently I've talked to one of the guardsmen that works there, and he's like, they come out, they're all over the place at night. Anyway, let's get to the video. So this boar escaped, and then I guess we would say tusked. What would you call that? What does a boar do? Charge, and the tusk, he got one of the men. Maybe it was a bite, but probably tusk, is that a verb? Tusked him? Impaled him on his snout. A 60-year-old man. 60代のdansei. Dai added to a number means in that area. So in his 60s, dansei, of course, is a nice word for a man. It's a 58-second video. Again, links in the description. Go and watch that video. Download it if you want to. You shouldn't do that. It's against the rules, but I can't control you.
警察はイノシシがどこから来たか調べています。
Oh, that's the end of it. Okay. That was the end of it. Where did the inoshishi come from? The police are shirabeteimasu. They're looking into that. They're trying to find out. So they don't know where it came from, but it came from the mountain. It's kind of a crazy. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy thing to even ask, you know. Okay.
昨日、京都大学の学生寮に一頭のイノシシが迷い込む騒動があり、およそ2時間後捕獲されました。
Okay, so it took 2 hours. This inoshishi escaped and got into this the Kyoto Daigaku or Kyoto University dormitory, ryou. And again, let's check. You can follow along with me with the vocabulary in the description.
京都大学の学生寮に一頭のイノシシ。
Now ittou, which I think I put that there. Ittou is the counter for animals. Now, one of the most annoying things about learning Japanese is that there are counters for everything. Well, in English we have like a loaf of bread or a pint of milk and a carton of something. And there's different, a bushel of this and whatever. A head of lettuce, that kind of stuff, right? A stick of gum. In Japanese, you have different counters for different things, and depending on how they're shaped. For example, a pen would be ippon, and a person would be hitori, and let me see, what else would you say? Like a car would be ichidai, and a large animal would be ittou. That'd be one. Of course, there are many counters. Of course, that's just for one. There's ittou, nitto, santo, etc. And sometimes the counters change depending on the number, right? Anyway, the counter for large animals is to.
一頭のイノシシが迷い込む騒動があり、およそ2時間。
Soudou means there was a kind of commotion, right? There was a problem with what happened to my vocabulary this year. Over here to the soudou is turmoil, a kerfuffle. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. It's a kerfuffle, and it took them about 2 hours to capture it, or hokaku. Now maybe I should do the vocabulary first. So you're going to hear the word hokaku, and it was on the shadou or roadway. Why not blow this baby up so you guys can see it? Yeah, let's go through the vocabulary first. You can see it on the screen, and again you can see it in the description. Let me just move that there so you don't have to see my face. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning, go through the vocabulary. You have gakusei is student, and ryou is I'm sorry, the first one, inoshishi, boar. Gakusei is student, and ryou is a dormitory. Ittou is a counter for one large animal. Is that big enough there? Maybe even bigger for you? How about that? Yes. Ittou is counter. Soudou is turmoil or kerfuffle, one of my favorite English words. That's a funny word, huh? Hokaku, to capture. Hokaku, or seize. Well, it's a noun, so if you want to make this a verb, you just add suru. So, hokaku suru, and that would be to capture, actually. Shadou is a roadway. Now, that's a word that I have never used before. So, as I told you, when I make these videos, I learned something as well. Usually you would just use the word michi, street or road, and if it's a highway you would say kosoku doro. Fast way, fast speed road. So kosoku doro. Keisatsu ni touhou suru. To report to the police. Keisatsu is a police, ni indicates direction, and tsuhou is to report, right? To report this to the police. Nige, to run away. Komu. Komu is added to the end of a verb to kind of imply completion. For example, nomikomu would be to swallow. Do you swallow or run? Victor, I'm sorry. I apologize. Hey, by the way, if you leave hate comments on these videos, they will be erased because I like to keep the atmosphere in the comment section very clear. If you have something against me, go write it on a different video. Thank you. Nige, corrections are accepted though. If I make a mistake or you want to add something, that's fine. Nige komu is to take refuge or to run away. I guess to take refuge by running away would be the point, right? Fusa is a blockade. So they blockaded the street to trying to capture this hokaku, to capture this inoshishi or this boar. Here's something that I've had some debates with other people regarding the plural. In English, of course, you add an S to something and it becomes a plural. In Japanese, that is not so easily done. However, adding ra to something it has the meaning of plural, and some people say, well, it's not really a plural. Well, I think grammatically you may be correct, but for all intent and purposes, for all practical purposes, adding ra to a group or to a word makes it often makes it a plural. Not always. Sometimes tachi, like Hitotachi would be people. Hito is person, hitotachi would be people. Anyway, gakusei is student, and gakuseira would be, for all intent and purposes, the plural of students. Tatemono is building. Now, some people say these lessons are too difficult for me, but you should know gakusei. You should know tatemono. That's just a building. Tsuho reporting. We already talked about that in the previous sentence here. Keisatsu ni tsuho suru, and of course, tsuho is to reporting. Oyoso is about. Oyoso, about, give or take. Rouka is the hallway, corridor. Hairikomu is to go in or kind of break in, barge into something. Hairikonda, harikomu. Harikonda is a past tense. Taicho would be, the taicho sounds like your condition, but that's a different kanji. There's another kanji that means condition. In this case, it's length of the body, which is how you measure a inoshishi or a boar. And this one happens to be a mess. Mess is this is the kanji for mess, but it just means, what does this mean? That's wrong. Anesthesia. I don't know that's the wrong place. No, it's female. Female, excuse me. Mess is female, and just a minute, I've lost here we go. And male is os. So why don't we add both of those? Os, come on, os, there we go. Os. And what's the kanji for that? Let me see if I can bring that up here. On the fly, that's the kanji. So that would be pronounced osu, and that would be male. Okay. Yes. I'll tell you a funny joke. A long time ago, I heard the word meiru tomo, and I thought it meant male friend, but it meant email friend. Meiru tomo means friend, so meiru tomo means email friend. Anyway, one of my mistakes. You make mistakes learning a language a long time ago. Masui, not mazui. Mazui with a Z sound is something that tastes bad, but masui is tranquilizer or anesthesia. Did I happen to get that? Anesthesia, yes. And nemurasareru is to be put to sleep. Not in the animal way, not to kill, but he was tranquilized. Okay, and then he was let go Shinai no Yama in a mountain in the city. So they let him go there. They were able to finally tranquilize him and take him away. Hanasareru, to be let go. He was let go. He was released. To be let go or released. But he injured a 60 no otoko. 60 is I forgot to put the meaning here. Somebody in their 60s. This is the way I teach. I say SB, but some people don't understand it. So let's do somebody in their 60s would be 60 dai. Toshin, what is this one? Toshin sareru. Oh, this I believe, what was this? I think that was stabbed. I forgot where I put that. Oh my god, we're going to have to look this up. Let's look it up. Toshin. I completely blanked. I blanked on that. Does that mean stabbed? Breakthrough. Stampede. Okay. I completely forgot that one. There you go. There, another word I did not know. Stampede. Or I guess they're talking about the boar was just running crazy. And again, kega, we learned that in yesterday or last video. Kega is to be injured or an injury. Kegasuru is to be injured, right? And the end of the video, you'll hear, towards the end of the video, you'll hear toyu koto desu. And remember, that's often the expression we use when they're just reporting something, toyu koto desu. So that's your vocabulary. Let's go back to the actual video. And here you go. Let's continue.
単語捕獲されました。
Capture.
昨日午後4時40分頃、
昨日4時40分頃、昨日 yesterday。
都市左京区で車を運転していた男性が車道。昨日午後4時40分頃。
4時40分頃。about. I forgot about these basic ones. 4時40分頃。So at about 4:40 yesterday.
京都市左京区で車を運転していた男性が車道を走っているイノシシを発見し、
発見、見た。発見し。There's a man driving a car, and he saw the inoshishi.
車を運転していた男性。
車、we learned that in yesterday's lesson. 車運転していた. We also learned that yesterday's lesson. 車運転していて. A man driving a car. 車運転していて男。
が車道を走って京都市左京区で車を運転していた男性が車道を走っているイノシシ。男性が車道を走っている. So running on the road. 走っている。イノシシを発見し。イノシシ発見し。
イノシシ boar 発見しsaw
イノシシを発見し、警察に通報しました。
警察に通報しました。So he told the police. He contacted the police.
その後、イノシシは
その後 after that その後 after that
しました。その後、イノシシは京都大学の熊野寮に逃げ込み、
then the boar barged into the kumaryo. Kuma means bear, so I'm assuming bear. We can't tell without seeing the kanji, but kumaryo would be the bear dorm. I suppose the dorms in Kyoto have different names, like the bear dorm and the panda dorm.
その後、イノシシは京都大学の熊野寮に逃げ込み、
逃げ込み. So he took refuge in there. He ran away into there.
警察が寮を封鎖し、
寮を封鎖し. So they blockaded the ryo. They blockaded the dorm.
寮を封鎖し、学生らに建物の外に出ないよう呼びかけるなどしました。
So gakusei, they told the students,
学生らに建物の外に出ないよう呼びかける
don't go outside the building, stay inside the building.
などしました。通報からおよそ2時間後、
About 2 hours after the boar was reported,
イノシシは1階の廊下に入り込んだところを捕獲されました。
he was captured. 捕獲されました。
1階の廊下に入り込んだところを捕獲。
He was captured inside the roka, inside the corridor. Roka.
その2時間後、イノシシは1階の廊下に入り。
First floor roka, on the first floor of one of the corridors. Yeah, for a first floor corridor. 1階, what's the definition?
ここからおよそ2時間後、イノシシは1階の廊下に入り。
1階の廊下, so a roka or corridor on the first floor.
入り込んだところを捕獲されました。
捕獲 captured されました the passive tense, so he was captured.
イノシシは体長およそ1メートルのメスで、
So the taicho, the length was yaku about 1 meter, and it was a female メス。
麻酔で眠らされた後、市内の山に放されました。
So after he was, did they say chusha? After he was injected?
市内の山に放されました。
Oops, let me see if I can hear that.
メートルのメスで麻酔で眠らされた後、
麻酔で眠された。麻酔 remembers anesthesia. 眠された. He was put to sleep.
市内の山に放され。
市内の山 inside of a mountain, inside a city, in a city mountain. Not just so. 市内 is inside of the city, and yama is mountain. So city mountain.
ました。
So inside the city mountain.
市内の山に放されました。
放されました。He was released.
60代の男性がイノシシに突進され、右足に。
So he was charged. The 60 歳, a 60-year-old man, or a man in his 60s was charged by this 突進。
60代の男性がイノシシに突進され、右足に怪我をしたということ。
右足、his right leg, he got a 怪我 or an injury. 右足。
イノシシに突進され、右足に怪我をしたという。
右足に怪我。Injury on the right leg.
イノシシに突進され、右足に怪我をしたということです。
ということです。And that's basically the point.
警察はイノシシがどこから来たか調べています。
警察が the police are looking into where the inoshishi came from. Long ass lesson this time. Wow, I hope you got something out of it. Anyway, I'm going to try to keep doing these. They're useful for me. As you can tell, there's always a couple words I don't know. And I hope there's a bunch of words that you don't know and you get something out of it. And remember, you can support these videos by going to Patreon if you got this far in the video. And the more people who tell me, hey, I joined because I want to see more of these videos, I will make these even if they don't get a lot of views, which as you can tell, they don't. But that's okay with me because like I said, I'm getting something out of it. More videos to come. And thanks for watching this one. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate your comments and your support, always. Talk to you soon.
Bye. Yeah, bye.